guys, it's Grace from Grace Gets Gastric, and today I am here with my week 20 post-op VSG update. Now, today is Tuesday, May 22nd, so my 20 weeks, but that is not the day that I am going to be uploading this video. I'll talk about that more in a minute, but I did want you to know that I am filming this on May 22nd. So to start off with stats, again, my name is Grace. I am 5'8", 27 years old, and on January 2nd, 2018, I had the Vertical Sleeve Gastrectomy, or VSG, weight loss surgery. My high weight was in May of 2017. It was 354 pounds. I lost 35 pounds over my 6-month medically supervised weight loss diet required by my insurance, and my weight day of surgery was 319 pounds. Last week I came at you with a weight of 252.8, and this morning I weighed in at 248.5. So that is a weekly loss of 4.3 pounds, a loss since surgery of 70.5, and a loss since my highest weight of 105.5 pounds. Really great loss. I am so excited about that, especially because my weight, I expected a pretty small loss this week. My weight has been pretty stable up until this morning, about hovering around a little over a 1 pound loss. So that's what I was expecting. And then I stepped on the scale this morning and there was just a big whoosh, and I went from like 251, that's where I had been hovering in that area, to 248. So that was really, really exciting to see. A great loss. I'm in the 240s. That is just insane to me. I'm now on the second in the lower half of the 200s. Just crazy. So really cool. I'm really pleased with it. I think part of why I lost such a big amount of weight is because I got really sick yesterday. I'm still not feeling great. But I'm feeling a lot better. Yesterday, I had like, I didn't take my temperature, but I felt like I had a fever. I had body chills. My entire body was really hot. My heart rate was really elevated. Like normally I rest around 80, and I was at like 100 plus all day. So like my heart, you know, like that's kind of a sign that you're sick and you're fighting off something. I had zero appetite. I had to like force myself to eat around lunchtime because my multivitamins make me nauseated if I don't eat with them, and because I was sick especially, I wanted to make sure I was taking my vitamins, but I had no appetite, so I ate about half as many calories as I normally do. I had like 2 protein shakes to get through, and I barely managed to get the second one in. I like almost forgot about it, and I was like, oh, I should probably drink some more protein at like 7 p.m. So I had like no hunger, and then I had like super restriction. I had like some cottage cheese and could barely manage like 3 ounces, which is normally I can do 4 ounces of cottage cheese perfectly. Yeah, so I have a feeling that the my sickness yesterday, eating not very much and then just my body kind of burning through the sickness, really contributed to my weight loss. Like I said, I'm still not feeling great right now, but I'm feeling a lot better. I feel less like body chills and that. I have this kind of like pain, tightness in my chest if I like an ache, and I'm still a little bit blah, but I'm hoping by tomorrow I'll be mostly good. Maybe we'll see. But I got sick like 3 weeks after surgery. This feels worse than that, but it maybe a little bit shorter than it used to be, than it was that first time I got sick. And I mentioned this on my Instagram stories, but I wonder if at what point will I just be able to get sick and not be freaking out that I am dying and that something has gone wrong with my sleeve, and this is actually a sign that I've got like a leak, or like my intestines are rearranged, or, you know, like all those crazy horror stories. You know, it's like I'm pretty sure this is just like a cold or a fever or something, but still a little bit nervous about it. But yeah, sickness, that happened. Some non-weight loss related things to just mention really quickly. The reason that this video is not going to be uploaded today, like I normally try to do, is because my computer hard drive died on me this past weekend, and this whole it's been a nightmare trying to fix it. it's no longer under warranty, so Dell won't fix it. And then I went to Best Buy and they were like, well, you have a super special kind of hard drive that we don't sell here, and we sell a comparable kind, but it's $280 for just the hard drive, and that's not even including the cost of like actually fixing it and replacing it for you. So I had to order with the hard drive on Amazon because it was only $50 as compared to the $280. But then I have to wait for it to get here. It's supposed to arrive this afternoon, and I'm hoping it'll arrive soon, so then I can take my computer back to Best Buy, and then it's gonna be another 3 days or so until they can fix it, and I'm gonna have to spend some money on like the labor and redoing the OS, and I don't know if any of the files are gonna be retrievable, and I'm gonna have to re-download my editing software, and I had all these presets in there, and so it's gonna be a whole thing. I'm not happy about it. Especially just because I have so much going on this week, and then now I'm like sick, and I'm hoping that just like gets better soon. But yeah, I'm filming this video today because I want it to be accurate, and I'm hoping I'll be able to post it sometime this weekend. But it's all going to depend on when I get my computer back, and then when I have actually time to re-download everything and then edit the video and all of that jazz. Yay. Some other things. So, God, my hair is just really weird today. Sorry, guys. I have decided, I've been trying, blah, blah, blah. A few weeks ago, I mentioned in one of my videos that I've been struggling with like eating late at night. I get very snacky late at night, even though I'm not necessarily hungry. I just want to eat. So, Foodie Turned Sleevey mentioned in a comment to that video that she implements like a 12-hour fast from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and that kind of helps prevent her, like kind of mentally gives her some boundaries about when she can eat, and I thought that that sounded like a good idea. So I started doing that, and so far it's been going pretty well. Didn't work very well on the weekends just because I was out and about, and then I wasn't really eating until later. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit more, but I am attempting to do kind of a 12-hour fast so stop eating at 8 p.m. and then I can start eating at 8 a.m. And we'll see if that kind of helps curb my snackiness. I mean, I still want to eat, and so there is definitely still that struggle of kind of wanting to eat, but I'm hoping kind of having a little bit firmer guidelines, like it's after 8, we don't eat after 8, will help. And I think I need to practice that a little bit more before maybe it becomes more ingrained, but I have high hopes. Oh yes, so some NSVs. I went, so I mentioned in past videos that I did physical therapy for my back kind of in February, I think is when I did a few of them, like January, February, because I had some lower back pain. And one of, they have you do a bunch of different exercises, and one of them involves like lying on my back and then taking, having one of my legs like straight, like on the ground, and then pulling the other one, like pulling my knee to my chest and like kind of extending my leg. Anyways, I realized the other day as I was lying in bed and like my back was twinging a bit, so I was doing it, that it's so much easier for me to do that exercise than it was in February. I have a lot less stomach in the way, so I can get my thigh a lot closer to my body than I used to be able to. And like I remember in February, like my arms hurt because it was so much effort to hold my leg close enough to my body because my stomach wanted to push it out, and it was like effortless when I was doing it the other day. So that was really cool. Also things like child's pose. That's one of the things I also do to help my back, that child's pose in yoga. And again, before I felt like my ass was like just, like I was not really doing it because I couldn't get my, my stomach would push against my thighs so much that I wasn't quite doing the pose accurately. And I always really felt kind of self-conscious, like I was not able to get the most out of it. Anyways, I can do it now, and I felt like I was actually doing it the way I was supposed to do it, and it is cool to realize that like some of those physical things I couldn't, like stretching and stuff, because of particularly in my stomach, because it was so large, it just prevented me from being able to move in certain ways, I'm starting to really see a significant difference in that now. So awesome. The other thing was I went shopping on Saturday, I think, with my sister, and she's going to a Taylor Swift concert, so she wanted to get a concert outfit, and I needed to get a new bra, and I wanted to get new Spanx, and I wanted to get a shirt for this skirt that I have, that I bought a long time ago and I never wore because I didn't really like, I don't know, you buy those things that you kind of think are cute and then you never really feel comfortable enough to wear them. And now I feel comfortable enough to wear it, but I realized I don't really have a shirt to wear with it. So, God, I hate this girl. So I wanted to get just a shirt. Anyways, we tried on a bunch of stuff. It was the first time I've really tried on clothes since, like, at a store. So it was weird kind of seeing my size in certain places. And, like, one place we went to was Forever 21, which I don't like that store at all. But I did get, like, a bodysuit thing, like, it's the kind of thing that, like, kind of clips, and, it works well with the skirt because it kind of tucks in. And, like, tucked in kind of things were not something I would wear before surgery because I just felt like it really emphasized my stomach, but now I felt kind of comfortable in it. And, one of the other things I wanted to get was a cami, and so I went to Lane Bryant because I like their lace camis, and I wanted one in cream and they didn't have one, and so she was like, oh, well, I can look online and see if they have one that we can deliver. What size are you? And I was like, don't know. And she was like, oh, you're probably a 14-16. And that was just really crazy to have, like, someone, she's like, you're smaller than me, you're probably a 14-16. And I'm like, I've never had someone say you're smaller than me. And, like, she worked at Lane Bryant, right? But, like, it wasn't, mentally, I did not think that she looked bigger than me. And she definitely wasn't bigger than me at my highest weight. But just, like, to hear a 14-16, because, like, for me, growing up, like, a 14-16, I guess, it is bigger, but it was kind of, like, on the cusp of normal to me, right? Like, I feel like a 14-16 is, like, average woman. That's always how it sort of was in my head. And I don't feel like I look like average woman. I feel like I still look quite large. And it's, like, they're undershirts, etc. I'm wearing 18 pants, but, I don't know. It was kind of like a, oh, moment, which was kind of cool. I will say, though, I have been having some sort of, I don't know if they're bad body image days, but some weird ones. I'm starting to kind of get the whole, it's not full-on body dysmorphia by any means, but, like, that sort of not really seeing the changes, or, like, people talk about it. If you watch these videos, but, like, I haven't felt that thin lately. And before, I've mentioned in my videos feeling, like, pretty slim, but, like, lately I just feel big. And I'm still big, so, like, that's, but, like, I don't feel like I've lost 100 pounds. When I, like, look at myself, like, and part of that is that I noticed this when I was trying on clothes, and that was kind of, in one way it was cool, but the other way, seeing myself in some of these clothes, it wasn't necessarily great for me. Because I feel like I've become a lot more bottom heavy as I've lost weight. Like, one of the things I've always really liked about my large body was I've always felt very proportional. And I liked that I had big boobs and I had broad shoulders and, like, thick thighs. It was like everything was big and it was about equally big. And so I don't know why I liked that. I felt comforted by the fact that I'm like, well, it's all big. And I feel like as I've lost weight, I feel like I'm carrying a lot more of it lower in my body. And part of that, I think, is, like, a little bit of just sagging. So, like, as I'm losing weight from, like, my stomach area, it just sort of starts drooping a little bit more, I think. But then, like, I'm looking down and I just feel like there's just so much more bigness. And, like, from here up, I see a lot of loss in my face. I like, like, this, feel so narrow right here. But then I'm just like becoming more pear-shaped, which again, like nothing against it. Like this is not a judgment. So don't feel like if you're pear-shaped, like there's any aspersions, but I think it's just fucking with me because I've never been a pear-shaped before, or like my body shape is changing, but it's not changing the way I kind of thought it would. It's not like everything's sort of getting slimmer at the same time. Some things are getting slimmer and some things feel like they're not. And, so it's not just like losing weight that's changing my shape. It's also just like the where I'm losing the weight is changing my silhouette. And I'm struggling with that a little bit. I don't love it. Like, yeah, I was trying on and I had like my like high-waisted jeans on, and I was like, I just feel huge right there. Like, you know, like I felt like it was emphasizing like my lower stomach. Yeah, I don't know. So I've just been feeling a little bit, and that's the other thing is why I kind of was expecting a lower loss week. I was like, I just don't feel like I'm dropping weight right now. You know, like this week has felt sort of like a maintenance-y same week. So it's cool that I've lost 4 pounds, but I'm not feeling it. Say love you. Yeah. Oh, another thing is I experienced the foamies for the first time since surgery. I kind of knew what they were from people's descriptions, but like I was kind of not quite sure because I'd never had them. But when I was shopping, I didn't eat for like 3 or 4 hours, because when I'm busy doing things, I don't get hungry, and I'm not constantly thinking about food. And so, I also hadn't been drinking too much because, I finished my water and then we didn't have time to get another one. So I was like, oh, I'll get just a tea from Starbucks. So I got like a pineapple black tea infusion with no sweetener, and I think I added 2 Splenda. So there wasn't sugar in it. I mean, like there's trace sugar from the pineapple, but it's not like super pineapple-y. So, and there's no classic. So it wasn't sugary. And I don't know what it was about the tea. I thought maybe it was because I had like a single bite of like a Chinese, like a sweet and sour type chicken. My sister had some, so I had like a bite of that chicken before I had the tea. But I'd had a bite of that chicken since surgery before, so I don't think that I reacted poorly to that. And it wasn't enough food that I think that I would have had an issue with the tea interacting with the food in my stomach. And then I had the tea, like, I got the foamies, like I didn't feel well. I felt a little nauseated, and then I started kind of like yakking up foam. And it wasn't super intense. It was more just like I could feel it kind of bubbling up. And so I thought maybe it was just like I was hungry and I hadn't eaten. So I ate like a protein bar, and then I waited 30 minutes or a little more than 30 minutes, and then I had the tea again, and I started feeling a little bit off again. So I think it was definitely the tea, and I'm not sure what it is. I don't think I definitely haven't had that since surgery. I don't know if it was like the black tea. I don't think I've really had like strong tea, it was iced tea since surgery. But yeah, it was really weird. It was not a food or a item that I would have expected to affect me like that. So, let's see what else. Oh, and then the other thing was like, coming up this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and one of my really close friends from college is getting married this summer, and she lives in New York, but she's going to be having the wedding here because that's where her family is. And so this weekend she's flying in, and we're going to have her bridal shower. And I haven't seen her since December because, like I said, she lives in New York, so I haven't seen her in about 5 months. It was like, it was during my pre-op diet. And I remember thinking like, oh, it'd be cool if I could be like 70 pounds down. Like I thought this earlier this week. I was like, I'd love to be 70 pounds down by the time, like when I see her again. And at the time, like I said, my weight was pretty stable, or wasn't losing a lot. So I was like, I'll be like at 68. That's pretty close. But then I'm now at 70.5. So that was just kind of fun. I knew I would be close to 70 pounds. But I was kind of like, it'd be nice to have like a nice even number to say, because I'm excited. She is one of the friends that I've had who I've always appreciated her very, not bluntness, but like she's one of the few friends I've had that's like actually acknowledged the fact that I'm overweight. And not at all in a mean way, but like most of my friends I've had for a long time, like they've always known me, I've always been overweight. And it's sort of just it's almost to the point, you know, it almost feels like we're just like sort of pretend it's not there. And in some ways, like that's what you want as a fat person. You're like, I'm just like everyone else. But in some ways it's like they would want to do things, etc. Or like they just wouldn't think about the fact that like I have limitations that they don't have. And so, with my friend, who I'm seeing, she's always been kind of like straightforward about it. I mean, like, oh, you know, like, are you gonna be able to do this? Like, oh, like there's a weight limit, or, you know, stuff like that. And so like on the one hand, you're just like, oh God, she knows I'm fat. But I'm like, yeah, everyone knows you're fat. And it's nice that like, she has always like thought of that. You know, she'd be like, oh yeah, like there's a store that has really cute plus size clothing. You know, like not like where my other friends would be like, oh yeah, like there's this like store we can all go to where they don't sell any plus, they don't even think that like, you know, so she was really excited about this and like has been asking me a ton of questions about it. And it's like, she's someone who will want to know kind of like everything about how it's going. So I'm excited to see her, and I'm excited for her to see me down some weight, and I'm excited to go to her wedding and feel a little bit more comfortable than the last few weddings I've gone to. So this is really long and you're not going to see it for a while, and I had some other stuff to talk about too. This has been a really full week full of things, but I think I'm going to cut off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I so appreciate each and every one of you. I really appreciate all the likes and the comments, and of course you can always subscribe, hit the little bell if you want notifications when I post, and also follow me on Instagram. I'll put the name above, and then it's linked below. Instagram, MyFitnessPal. I post on both of those every single day, so if you want more of my beautiful face, follow me there. All right, have a fantastic whatever day it is that I post this, and I will talk to you all soon, probably sooner than normal, because this is probably posting like the day before my other video. Bye guys.